We're back. Trip Digital Sound Art Expression live. Today, we got my man Nick Hews and Khzzari in the building.
What's up, fellas?
Thank you. What up, man?
What's up?
The time has come.
This is like the original Campfire Crew right here.
Yeah.
Feeling at home. I mean, you guys heard the records. Records sound good. Now you get to see these guys. This is what it's about.
Sir.
So, yo, first starting off, Khzzari, we're gonna start with you, man. Like what? How'd you get started in music? Like, what prompted you? I know how I met you, but it was going on way before then.
Well, music has always been like a big part of my life personally. It's like as far as like when I didn't have anyone, music was always there for me. So I always wrote poetry.
Okay.
And then in high school, that's when I started, dabbing into the music, and since then, man, it's just been growing.
Okay. So where are you from, man? Because I know you're not from those parts.
I'm originally from Newark, New Jersey.
Okay.
And then I moved to Orlando, Florida, and I lived there most of my life, and now I'm out here in California, man.
Word.
Pursue music.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. My dream, man.
Yeah.
Wow. So did the music start in Newark? Because there's a lot of famous, legendary artists in Newark. Like, who was your vibe? Who like were you into then?
Well, in Newark, I was more into like sports and stuff like that. Like I said, I'd listen to music, but it was more old school stuff, and my parents would play. So of course, that was it always had me going. But as I grew older, I started liking like the Lauryn Hills, Andre 3000s, of course Drake, Lil Wayne, stuff like that. Yep. Now I'm just trying to get inspired by other people as far as
What were your parents listening to?
Well, my mom's from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
So that was
they had some salsa.
Yeah, that was a different taste. But my pops, he's from Detroit, so just a lot of old school soulful music. And then also he was in the choir
Motown.
as well.
It was like Motown style. Yeah.
So Khzzari is like that was that part in New Jersey that you were being introduced to this music through your pops, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So, of course that was always cool. And then, like I said, growing up, since I was writing poetry, music is poetry with rhythm, so I figured I'd dab into it and get my message out there through that. Music is universal, so I could use that anywhere for any purpose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of message was that you want?
Like basically, I feel like we as humans, we understand each other through pain. So if we can be honest and open with each other and stop trying to hide our flaws and weaknesses and stuff that makes us human, then we can understand, get along, and progress forward. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Positivity.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Word. So, like as far as like now, like where do you see yourself and where you see your career going with this music thing?
Well, right now it's I just want to get my music out there. So of course, there's a lot of people out there who are going through the same things I go through, but yet there's a lot of people who feel like as if they're the only ones going through things. Then eventually, I'll say about 5 to 10 years, I see myself creating this platform to speak on motivational speaking. Want to open a school eventually. So it's pretty vague right now, but yeah, man, I see great things for sure.
Word. So for a lot of people, I know they heard your music on the show. I mean, you just did a remix, Khalid, and you did a couple joints. So what do you say your market is? Like where's your market? Was it with the old people, the young people, the teenagers?
I want to get out to everyone.
Yeah,
but most importantly, like children. That's the future.
Okay.
So if I can reach out to them, before
the youngsters.
Yeah, man, they're the most impressionable. And also, they're looking for people to look up to.
And they're the ones I feel like are controlling the game right now.
Yeah, if you can if you can get to the future, then before the future happens, then that's perfect.
Right.
Wow.
So that's where I'm at.
That's dope, man. Well, you heard it from Khzzari. Check him out.
Thank you.
Where could they find you on social media?
Instagram at Khzzari, Khzzari. I have a Twitter. It's the same thing, Khzzari1, at 1224. And I have a Snapchat as well.
Wait, how do you spell Khzzari?
Right,
because at first, when I first met you, I was like, how do I? Is there an H
No.
before the Z or like an H after the Z?
Yeah, it's K.
Let the people know.
KHZZARI.
Okay.
And that's his real name, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Word. I remember the first time that Lester met you in his studio, and you just came in quiet, humble, and everybody was checking you out because you was like the new kid on the block. And I'm like, yo, you're like, this kid's nice. It's nice. You don't understand.
Yeah. No.
This dude came in, no notepad or anything like that, and just laid it down. Lester turned around with me. He's on the boards. He's like, yo, this kid's a natural. Just
Man.
like that. Like, this kid's a natural. I'm like, shit, that's, what do you mean? What do you expect?
Of course.
Like, yeah. You know?
Journey brought him in. Of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You got to make sure I stay ready.
But he's been on me since, man, and his writing, his pen has just gotten lethal, more lethal, and what we're doing is just going through a development stage. Artist development is like of the past, but we sit down with the artists and really, really try to open them up to see not only the record that they're making, but who they're making it for, how they're going to make it, and just the DNA of how that process will work, man. So knowing that, I mean, you're going to be able to write like nothing, like 5-minute hits, you know, working on those hooks and everything like that. You know, everything that we discussed, man. But, you know, audience, be on the lookout for this kid because he's the future. I tell him all the time.
And the style is it takes me back too. I mean, it's definitely new, but the style is definitely how you said your pops had a big influence with what he was listening to with Talib Kweli and you know, and that's what brought me back. When I heard it, I was like, it was refreshing.
Thank you.
You know what this is turning into, man? I think we just need to do something on the spot. I know you got something in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we don't normally do this, but hey, spit something for the people. Let them know.
All right, here we go. Looking through the windows of my soul, I'm so cold. That's what most will say, but do they really know? They don't know Nathan, thinking of brother Satan, but my heart is pure, just listen to my conversations. All right, I got you right here. All right, everybody want to have fun. Yeah, everybody want to have fun. That's cool, but the authorities acting foul, shooting folks, trying to get the N1. Look, most don't even have a handgun. Think about it, man. I think it's time to man up. Man up. All my brothers in the hood, what you should do instead of shooting, dog, throw your hands up. Look, every soul that we kill is helping the higher ups reach their goal. Ironically, a soul can't be killed. But of course, it's something we don't know, something we ain't taught. Look, the soul is beyond art. Essentially, man, is who we are. Keep ignoring the purity in our hearts we born with from the stars. And watch the light within us be useless in the dark. Look, let me just say, moving forward, I ain't playing no games with you lanes. If you come up in the game talking chains like a slave, I'ma slap you in the face with the pain and the truth that the other hand says to, damn.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yo, that's deep, man. We gonna need an encyclopedia for that one, man.
I'm trying.
Word. There you have it, Khzzari. Yo, next up, we got my man Nick Hews. Now, Nick has a story.
Yes.
So let's just start from the beginning because everybody knows the music. You've been like the king of the campfire and everything like that. But yo, like, where'd you come from?
Originally, Aurora, Colorado.
Colorado. How far is that from Denver?
Like 10 minutes. It's basically a part of Denver. It's like it's the Denver metro area. Yeah, Aurora.
Is it between like Boulder and Denver? Like
the other direction. It's the other way. Yeah. Then I was born there and raised in Parker, Colorado. It was just like a smaller town, more like west of it.
So was you a ski kid? Because a lot of like
I lived there. I lived in Colorado for 20
snowboard.
years.
The snowboard kid.
I never went snowboarding or skiing. I did a shitload of like camping and shit. I never went skiing or snowboarding. I don't know why. I don't know. It just never was my shit. My family never did it either. I don't know.
Okay. So where did music start? Where did that come in? Because Denver, does it have a big music scene there?
When I was there, they had a couple people that had somewhat of a buzz, but it wasn't really like there was no big people out of Denver. There still isn't.
That's a good question. That's a trick.
Like, who's representing for D?
No,
for the
I can't
D.
even think.
For the D.
Yeah. So there was a couple people out and shit, but nothing really that was like pushing through. So with me, man, it just, I don't know, man. It just, I was hanging around with just a couple friends and stuff, and we just started doing it, man. We were known in the town to like be the only ones doing this shit, man.
Right.
Like we were those people, man. Like we were really the only people in the whole area really doing it. And we got looked at crazy, and we got looked at, but we loved it, man. It was literally just love for it. I mean, we were having fun. Like we bought all these keyboards and shit. We were making beats, and it was just for the love of it, man. It was just.
So was this high school or something like that when it bit you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was playing basketball heavy. I was really, and I was on the verge.
Nick's a tall dude. See, I'm short. I'm short as hell.
How tall are you, Nick?
So,
how tall are you?
6'5".
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Damn, son.
See, I'm looking.
I look up to you, literally.
You shit.
Yeah, man. That was my whole life for years, man. So I got to the point where like, should I go on try to play college ball or like, and just somewhere in the mix of this shit, the music thing jumped off, and
is there one moment that, or is there like a song you heard? Is there an artist you heard that just made you want to be like, okay, this is what I want to do? Like this
honestly, Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. Shout out to Lil Wayne.
If it wasn't for Lil Wayne, I would not, dude. Remember his mixtapes, the Drought 1, the Drought 2, those mixtapes, bro, man, that's what really made me want to rap. I will say it forever, man. Those mixtapes made me want to rap.
That's nice. All right, cool. Yeah,
man, the dude was on some completely.
So once you heard those mixtapes, you were like, "This is I'm gonna start making my own music," or like you knew you wanted to rap.
I was into. At first, it was just making beats. I made beats from the time in high school all the way until like I moved to New York. It was just making beats. And then along the way, like I realized like the whole time I really wanted to rap, but I just didn't really like, I was like, it was like fear or like whatever it was. But I just knew I wanted to be in the creative part of it, man. Like, so it was beats for a while, then it just led to rapping. So
between high school, was there a college segment, or like how'd you get to New York?
All right, I was at the University of Northern Colorado. It was in Greeley, Colorado. That I went there, and it was actually in the music program there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there for like a year and a half, and I ended up leaving, and I went to a music school in New York. I had a long talk with my dad and shit.
Yeah.
Like he helped me out a lot with that whole
That's
process.
cool for a parent to just be like, all right, you want to do music? All right, cool.
Yeah, I mean, he was always really cool about it. He knew what my dream was, and he helped me out, man. So I went to like an engineering school in New York.
What school was that?
SAE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got one here.
It was like a 9-month program. But yeah, man, that's how I ended up there. It was just this last minute decision. Like, it was either Miami, New York, Los Angeles, or like I forget the other one, Nashville or something. I was just New York. It was immediate. Like that's where I wanted to go.
Music hubs of the world, right there.
Yeah. It was a no-brainer. I was like, New York, let's do it, man. I was just packed my bag. I was like the only one in my town, like from my high school class, like leaving and shit.
Did you want to meet Lil Wayne when you first went to New York?
Hell yeah, man. I've always.
He was locked up then, wasn't he?
I don't know. Was he?
I don't even know. But yeah, man.
But New York was where you decided to go.
Yeah, that's where that was calling me, and that's where I just, I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. I was in like the small town.
Yeah.
I just knew I had to get out of my comfort zone to like get shit going, like so. New York was that place, man. It's New York. Like I had to,
So when you got to New York, you went through the school program. It's like what was that? Like how'd you end up working for, and I'll let you say this. How'd you end up at Rock Nation or it was with Rockefeller?
Through that school, SAE, they at the end of the program, they kind of like send your information out to a bunch of studios in the area, and Rock the Mic it was called Rock the Mic Studios.
Okay. And
I remember I got an email. It said like your information, whatever, got sent to Rock the Mic Studios, and I was like, wait, because Rock was spelled ROC.
Yeah.
I was like, wait. So I like Googled this shit, and I was like, there's no way. And it ended up being Jay's studio, which was obviously one of my fucking idols.
Right.
So, man, I went there. They interviewed me. They sat me down, and they just told me what it was going to be about. It was just running errands, just I did some like assistant engineer work, but it was mostly just like that dude standing around when people need shit at the store. You go run,
Yeah.
It was
the runner.
The runner. It was that type of thing. But man, that was.
I mean,
it was almost meant to happen, man.
Who did you see come by? Like, I'm sure
the first person I saw was Jay. Wow. The first person in that internship, literally my first interview, I went up the elevator opened. Yeah. Jay.
Dude, that sounds like a scene in a movie.
Man, I literally I almost blacked out, bro. Like, the elevator opened and I saw him. It was like, it wasn't fucking real. I was like, it's not happening, man. There's no way. Dude. And then, like, the studio manager or whatever introduced me to Jay, and like I shook his hand, and he's like, you're going to be his, intern for that. Because he was recording Blueprint 3.
Wow. Okay. So you're in the presence of hit history. Right there.
It was really, really crazy, man. That was like the craziest. I was there for like 4 years too.
Sheesh. I saw a lot of shit happen.
Yeah, man. I was basically that dude. I was like a sponge, man. I was soaking everything up. Like, I was in the corner. I was listening to all the conversations, all the whatever they talk about. Like, I was just new. I was just young, and I was just trying to learn everything. I wanted to learn all that shit. So yeah, man. It was wild shit, man.
So what'd you learn?
Just like a lot of the business, like I sat in on like a lot of recording sessions and like business meetings, and like I was always in there, I was just in the corner, just like peeping, just like what they talk about and like what they're doing and shit, like different producers and engineers coming in, and like I just saw how it all comes about, like how from the beginning to the end, like how a song happens, like what goes on and shit. So I saw everything, man. So
you seen Just Blaze, you seen Kanye, you seen Young Guru run sessions.
Young Guru, man. Yeah, me and
goddamn.
Yeah, me and Guru spent a lot of time with each other, man. I was always right next to him.
Like, that's cool.
Yeah. Weeks, months, and months. Yeah, man. He's a great dude. Dude's a fucking wizard on the keys, man. That dude's nuts.
Wow. So you were there. You were soaking up information. I mean, like, you came in to do, an internship, but how did that alter your thinking to become like a rapper?
Well, during that internship, I got the degree for the audio engineering and stuff. And during that internship, I realized that it wasn't for me. Like, it was just too technical, and like it wasn't like, you got to be a certain type of person to have that type of patience.
You got to be Lester.
Yeah, exactly.
you had to scrub too many toilets, man. Dude. Don't get too many pizzas.
Yeah, man. It's just, it wasn't for me, man. And I was like, I wanted to be more on the creative side of it. That's when I was just like, I don't want to do this engineering thing, man. Like, so I just kept the producing. And there was times where I was in one of the studios making beats, and Jay-Z would come in and like open the door and like pop his head in, and he would see me making beats, and he would nod his head a little bit and shit, and then he would just close the door.
That's
so there was like,
you got a head nod from Jay-Z.
Yeah, man. There was times where like, he came in, he opened.
That's making it.
That's what's up.
It's like, I made it.
As soon as he closed the door, I was just like, oh fuck, man.
Like, damn.
Wow. Yeah, but. Yeah, man, I just wanted to be on the creative side. So I wasn't even started rapping in the internship. That happened later. I was still on the beat making and shit. And then later on, it just led to it. I just,
But that's dope. That's like, you get to see from like, from a song being born to where it just goes out to millions to the masses.
Yeah, man.
And that's what you soak up at the end of the day. And as being a rapper, I would imagine like it's possible. You think in your own mind, like, all it's words,
right?
At the end of the day,
it's like intimidating, and it's like you put it on such a high pedestal. But once you're in the room and you see it, shit, it's like it makes you. I don't know. It's different. It's definitely different.
That's cool.
Like, what became your process after that? After seeing all of this stuff,
I just decided to I came to a point where I decided to do the artist part of it. Like, I wanted to be an artist, and I think I always did want to be an artist, but I never like admitted it to myself. I was always that kid. Like,
it's a responsibility.
Yeah, man, it's it's definitely different. I was like, even in Colorado, like everyone was rapping and stuff and ciphers. I was always the kid that was like rapping in my head, and I didn't want to do it out loud. So it got to the point where like I was,
You were slowly building.
It's a process, and it was all in my head for so many years, and then it just all comes out. Like, so, but I learned a lot at that internship. That internship was everything, man. That shit was I learned so much and like about myself and about the industry, about everything, man.
What not to do.
What not to do. Yes, definitely what not to do. It was just, yeah, man. That 4 years was like very, very eye-opening. I learned a lot.
So, go ahead. Sorry.
No.
So the first time you put pen to pad, because you're a great writer, dude. Like your writing skills is phenomenal, man. The first time you wrote your first song, completely, verse, hook, outro. It's like, when was that? Like, what was your first song like? And recording that.
Honestly, that was probably like around like 2011, 2012. Okay. Is when I really started, because from the engineering school, I knew how to do it at home. So I had a computer that they gave us at the school. Oh. So I got a mic and everything, and I had the setup in my house. So I just started pumping shit out. Like, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just getting on random beats. Any beats that I liked, I was just writing to it, recording it, just posting it on whatever. Like
exercising. That's exercise.
And as I kept going, I'm talking like 50, 60, 70 songs, just posting, recording, writing. I have notebooks full of shit that like I wasn't getting much feedback, or like one like here, like all this, and I just kept going because I kept getting better.
This is before the likes.
Yeah. I just realized I kept getting better, and I knew that like the repetition, is the father of learning, man. Like you just keep going, you will always get better if you just, it's repetition, man. So yeah, I mean, that was the first time, like 2011, 2012 was when I really started just like first, writing it all out, recording it, just kept going, man.
Wow. So around the time that I met you, I mean we go back. I met this guy at Dream Hotel.
Yeah. I've been wanting to know how you guys met.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I was DJing at Dream Hotel. Nick was
working.
Which
is where? Dream Hotels?
In New York.
In New York. Okay.
Yeah, in New York. Meatpacking District. So I met Dev first. Shouts out to Dev. He's finishing his EP right now. But I met Dev and
shout out to Dev. That's the reason why I met Journey.
Absolutely. We like tying strings together, man. And it's crazy. Me and Dev was working on a song, Done That.
Yeah.
Yes. So we were working on a song. He's like, yo, I got this other dude, man. He's nice. And I would see Nick all the time. Like, Nick's a quiet storm, bro. Like, he's a quiet storm, man. So I would see Nick all the time. He's like, yo, there you go right there. I'm like, ha, 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 ha. Evil laugh. I'm like, this dude's, yeah. So we over at Lounge Studio, Atlantic. Big shout-outs to Atlantic Records. We over there with the award-winning engineer, Blue.
Blue, yeah.
So Blue just won a Grammy from Solange. So y'all like brothers, engineers.
Okay. What up, Blue?
Yes, Blue's nice. He's from Seattle. So, Dev comes in. I know his skills. And then Nick gets up. He goes into the studio. Nick's like, goes in and fucking murders it. I'm like,
yeah, those are the best, man. Those are the best.
I'm like, damn, this kid
like
was
both of you guys, Khzzari and Nick. It's quiet, but man, they're like samurais.
You gotta worry
just
about,
like
man.
4-finger fist right to your chest, motherfucker. Like, just like that. And I'm like, wow, it just blew my mind. I'm like, yo, like when I see talent, I just want to just like be with it forever. So me and Nick was just like, yo, like this is cool. This is fucking amazing, man. Let's do some more shit, man. Let's do some more shit. And our relationship just developed, man. Just personal shit, man. Like artist stuff we're building. But I mean, just the evolution of you coming from Denver, hearing them Lil Wayne mixtapes, ended up in New York. We getting together. Dev sent us out to record.
The Hills,
at Skip Saylor's joint.
So I just gotta say, like, we have a little crew right here.
Yeah.
In the studio right now.
Yes.
We got Journey, we got Khzzari, we got Nick Hews, myself. We're building something very special for the music world.
Yes. It's a movement, man. It's a movement, and just as natural as we came together, I feel like I don't have to look for anything, man. Everybody that I'm supposed to meet are like going to cross my paths. Right. But it's just the foresight of knowing who they are. Like when I met Khzzari, I can go there. It's like I was this little tech kid that was in my building, they were like talking about building a website. And I'm making beats and everything like that because my apartment is small. So I'm down in the rec room and I'm like, yo, what are they working on? So connected with him. He's like, yo, I know a kid that rap. He's good, man. He can get on your beats. Talked to him over the phone while I was getting some Chinese food. And we just build. He sent me a song. I was like, yo, this shit's amazing. Yeah. It's like, yeah, this is my first song. You know, he's smart. He's soft spoken, but it's like, yeah, I do this. But I'm like, yo, I seen it, man. It was just like that feeling. And that was the first feeling that I felt with you, man. So fast forwarding, dude, like, what are you working on right now? What are we working on right now? We're still working on that. But, where do you want to see this music go? Because it's kind of like you've been going with the flow of it. Where do you see it going?
As soon as it all comes together and I find out exactly what my sound is and what I want to sound like, what I want to talk about, like,
what do you want to sound like?
Man, that's the question right there, man. That's still
the $1 million question right there.
I'm still figuring it out, like, because I can go so many different ways. So I'm trying to figure out like exactly who I want to reach and like what I want to talk about and like stuff like that. I just know, like, one thing I do know is I want the music to help people. Yeah, I'm sure, obviously, tons of artists feel like that way, but I want music to help people in any situations they're in. I want them to turn on my shit and feel better, you know, like get them through situations. Like, that's the biggest thing to me, man. That would make me most fulfilled. Is people, it's helping people, man. That's the number one thing. But let's just take it as far as we can go, man. Yeah. You know, like, just as far as it can go, man. Just get it together, get the sound together, and just keep pushing and just reach as many people as possible from all ages, everything, man.
That's the best way to look at it, I think.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I know we've been discussing like the process and development and stuff like that, and I've been discussing it with Khzzari too, man. I mean, I know between you and I, we've read a lot of great books, man, and you've been on your book thing like crazy, man. Like, Nick's a nerd. He's a nerd. We all nerds up in here, but I mean, my approach in that what we've been discussing is like just handle it like your first book. If you write a body of work, give it a title, give it the index and different chapters and everything like that, and that'll be the first album. Yeah. And then going to the second album, I mean, you do the same thing. It's a process, and I kind of stole that from DJ Premier, how him and Guru used to write and everything like that. Guru used to come to him and give him like the name of every last song. Like, Hard to Earn was basically on a notebook. He's like, yo, do beats to these. But it was like everything, like Tons of Guns and even Mass Appeal. It was all about Hard to Earn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm like, yo, that's so brilliant. That like puts structure to like what we're doing. So we're gonna definitely try that, man, with the
concept. Concept. Yeah.
It's definitely another angle to go at it, but I'm down with it, man. It can work a whole nother way, man, because you know what you're going into.
I mean, I can see how that pushes, as an artist, it pushes you to like want to talk about that stuff because, like you said, you want to reach a large demographic. Yeah, definitely. It doesn't matter as long as it's positive and you want to help people. But you throw a topic. Yeah. Like you said, just a little headline, like something. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna rap about that, and that takes you out of your box, and you're rapping, you're writing, and you're exercising that muscle, and then that's what's up.
It forces you to like focus on a topic.
I love that technique.
Man, yo, it was borrowed, but it made so much sense because it's like, yes, cool, because it gives people like an angle. It gives them a place to start, and it gives them a place to end. Yeah. You know, and people want that, man. When you watch a great movie, it's like something is going to happen, but there was a script that was submitted, and it was like, oh, I see the whole entire vision and stuff like that. Yeah. And it takes the pressure away from you as an artist, I feel, as well, because I look at every rapper as a journalist, man. Yeah. Like, y'all just telling stories about what's going on in the world and stuff like that, and people are just following on, and they trust you. Right. It's like there's a trust when it comes to different directors that are doing these movies. There's a trust when it comes to different authors that are writing these books and stuff like that. It's a trust with engineers when they're in the studio and you're allowing them to set up your sound and stuff like that and really, really give you that vibe that you need. So everything is trusting, but it's not all you. Right. It's just you and your translation. Pac was just a translator. You know, Jay-Z was just a translator. He was a great translator, though.
Storytellers.
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
So, yeah, man. Trip Digital Sound Art Expressions, that's what we're about, man. We live our art, man. And you can see it through the artists. And, yo, I just want to give them a insight to where they can find you on social media and stuff like that. I know the world knows, but again.
Right now, just the Instagram is Nick Hews. It's NickHews, and the SoundCloud is Hews Music. It's HEWS Music.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Check it out, Khzzari too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Me and Khzzari got some shit coming.
Yeah, Khzzari. Yeah, we gotta say Khzzari and what's next for Khzzari and Nick Hews?
Champions, man.
Champions.
Yeah.
We got some shit coming, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Champions. Who was that produced by?
We got Jimmy Bars.
Jimmy Bars.
And,
he's in the building.
And I'm on that track. Yeah, I'm on that track as well.
Yeah.
That's not the reason why I told you guys to shout out. But we got some fire coming up. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Fire, definitely.
I have a feeling that one track's just gonna lead to a lot more.
Yeah,
it's just gonna keep going, man.
Yeah,
it's better.
It's called Champions. Just take it for what it is. Champions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Trip Digital Sound Art Expression. We are out.
Yes, sir.
Peace.